This show is made possible by support from landsharks.ca. Visit them for all your coin and swag needs at www.landsharks.ca. And by viewers like you. Thank you for your donations.
Where I Go on the iPhone, new caption contest, and a recent event video. It's October 9th, 2010. This is Trackfiles. Hi there, and welcome to Trackfiles. I'm your host, Icenrye. Trackfiles is a video podcast featuring caching news, equipment reviews, major milestones, and upcoming geocaching events with the odd YouTube video thrown in for good luck. My website is trackfiles.tv. My email address is goicenrye@icenrye.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Trackfiles, and become a fan of the show, visit facebook.com/Trackfiles. So, what's new? Well, as I record this, is October 9th, 2010. It's the day before 10/10/10. And if you don't know by now, Groundspeak has a little plan for tomorrow where they would like to set a one-day record for number of logs made on the website. So what they're asking is to go out and just find one cache minimum. However, there are events planned all over the world to celebrate this great day. Now here in Prince George, we don't have anything specific. However, I just know there's going to be a lot of cachers doing a lot of caching tomorrow, and I intend to be out there myself. However, let's not waste any more time. Start planning your 10/10 now, but for now, let's get into some caching news. So for our first news article, here from my good friend Daryl W4 of the Cachemaniacs podcast, where he's just heard about a new Where I Go app for the iPhone. Last night I received some good news for iPhone geocachers. Thanks to the Minnesota-based PiSoft Consulting release of their WherPiGo app, there's now an option to round out an iOS device for geocaching. WherPiGo is an independent player for Groundspeak's Where I Go platform cartridges. This joins the celebrated release of Wherigo for the Android platform, bringing support to more than Pocket PC, Colorado, and Oregon, officially supported by Wherigo. WherPiGo is currently a free app requiring iOS 4 and either an iPhone or an iPod Touch, though I suspect the GPS might be required as well. With the addition of this app, iPhone geocachers can now hunt all types of geocaching.com caches with only one device. Thanks, Daryl, for that head up. As soon as I read that article, I immediately came home and downloaded the app myself, and I've been trying it out. Unfortunately, there are no Where I Go caches here in the Prince George area, so nearest one is down in the Kamloops area, so I'll have to test it out next time I go on a road trip. Now, as for those of you who cache with the iPod Touch, stay tuned next week to Trackfiles, because we got a great review of an article of an item just for you guys. So if you follow geocaching people on Twitter, chances are you follow Cache Events. And you might have heard of this article that she mentioned earlier this week. From Cape Cod today, cyber attacks caused geocaching kerfuffle. Centerville rail trail among targets. It was bound to happen. A game that revolves around the internet is ripe for a hack attack. And so it was earlier this week when a bot registered on geocaching.com under the name Forest Defenders simultaneously logged 4,000 caches in Massachusetts. New Hampshire recently was similarly attacked by AutoJoey, and other parts of the country have been hit by the likes of Jack Bob Boy, Power Caching Limited, and JoeyBot. The reaction on the geocaching.com forum to earlier bots was this was either a hyper-competitive cacher trying to unfairly gain unwarranted fines, or it was a young hacker who really ought to discover girls, get out, and get a life. So that's the joy of the internet these days. Almost anything can happen. So if you're a cache owner and you suddenly notice your cache has been found many times by caches you never heard of before, you might want to check it out. But continue on, it's a very good article, and it looks like Groundspeak's already taken care of the problem, so it's nothing to worry about right now. Speaking of Groundspeak, they've come out with a new photo caption contest, so let's go visit the Latitude 47 website, the geocaching.com blog, for this week's photo caption contest. This photo comes directly from Groundspeak headquarters. The lobby is decorated for the Halloween holiday. What caption would you write? Muggles surely have gotten smarter, more orange, and weirder. You can do better. Submit your caption and see what captions other geocachers have suggested. Please include your geocaching username in all entries. You can help sway the vote. Like the caption if you think it should win. If you think your caption should win, tell, bribe, friends and strangers to vote for you. Lackeys will then decide the top captions to crown the winner of this geocaching caption contest. So there you go. Again, I'll have links on my website, trackfiles.tv. Head over, come up with a creative caption, and you may win a barely coveted prize. So one last quick little news item. Earlier this week, I received a letter from one of my viewers where he's telling me that he and a group of his friends have formed a geocaching band. They're called the Travel Bugs. And I've heard a couple samples of their songs. Matter of fact, I'm rather fond of this track. Anyway, their CD is for sale on the Groundspeak website. And again, I'll have links on my site at trackfiles.tv. Check it out. A whole CD of geocaching music created by geocachers. The Travel Bugs. Guys, go for it. I hope you do very well. I'm looking forward to the Travel Bugs World Tour. Well, that about wraps it up for news. Let's check out a great YouTube video. So for this episode's YouTube video, we're going to Iowa. We're back in episode 1. I mentioned an upcoming event and asked if anybody would have any video. Well, Josh of Team Gamsey came through for me and did this absolutely wonderful video. He's uploaded it to YouTube, and as usual, I'll have links on my site to where you can go view it. So ladies and gentlemen, check out Hike and Seek 2010 from Iowa.
Hi, I'm Rep Mall. I'm the host for this year's Hike and Seek event that was headquarters out of Rodeo Park in Fort Madison, Iowa. It's Lee County's countywide geocaching event that we had this year.
Hike and Seek 2010, a geocaching event that includes a 24-hour geocaching competition. Many people came this year, including
And the Hammer Bros.
Dr. Jeff. Zell Frank. And
Dead Mother.
Jackson Herefords.
Town 63.
Lucky Charmer.
MSWA Seeker.
CJ and BJ.
Jay Strout.
Hey, Racer 2814, happy to be here at Hike and Seek.
I'm Crazy for Moose.
I'm Cycle Ken. Shamrocker. Trapper Dan.
My name's Tooth Fairy. I'm half of the Mole Trap and Tooth Fairy team.
I'm Windchill.
I'm Timothy.
Hi, my name's Borky00.
Okay, we're looking for gems.
We show up in logs as Steel Blade and Frozen Flame and the Munchkin.
Munchkin and Little Boo. I'm DLR 1451.
Hi, I'm Tabasco Casher.
Cash name Surf89. I'm Sapper 489. Hey, we're the Human Fam. Jane Dean Dad.
I'm Mrs. Doc 29. This is our daughter, Angel Girl. And my husband, Jesse, who's Doc 29.
Hi, I'm Melcown Mom.
Last True Viking. I'm the Great White Hunter. NVG Victory Lane. Team Rufus.
Has anybody
Mom.
Of course, when geocachers get together, they have the stories to tell.
So I get out of my truck and I start looking for the cache. It has recently snowed, and every time I touch that pine tree, more snow fell down my back, and I'm crawling around under this thing looking for the cache, trying to decide if frostbite has set in or if that's just another pile of snow sliding down my spine.
With stories told and GPS devices loaded, time for competition rules and start.
Hike and Seek 2010, this is the 24-hour competition rules. Time, competition begins at 10 a.m. This is going to get easier, I just put my glasses on. Competition ends at 10 a.m. tomorrow. This is an individual competition. Each person will be scored independently. Most of these score words are on a little orange stick like this one. In most cases, you're looking for a stick like this one. We're here to have fun, not to get hurt, not to play bumper cars and be stupid.
Well, it is now morning. The weather has broke. It's a beautiful sunny day. Getting time for the awards ceremony, and a bunch of cachers are returning to bring in their logbook. Here, the judges are hard at work. And now, the awards.
Okay, the longest bull row.
One last word from the iGo president.
We also made a decision on Friday night of where Hike and Seek 2011, iGo's 8th annual, will be. And the specific park or coordinates are not set, but you can expect to spend this same weekend next year in northeast Iowa in the vicinity of Backbone State Park. So make your plans, invite your friends, and grab some hotel reservations.
Josh, that was a great video. Well done. You should maybe consider doing a video podcast on geocaching. Here there's a bit of a market for one. Anyway, that's it for this episode's YouTube video. Let's go check out next Saturday's geocaching events. So what are you doing next weekend? Want to go to a geocaching event? If you have an event coming up and you'd like it featured on Trackfiles, email me, geoicenrye at icenrye.com, and I'll feature it on an upcoming episode of Trackfiles. Now, for this episode's events, we're looking ahead to next Saturday, October 16th. And first off, we go down to the Lower Mainland in British Columbia for our first event. Fearcacher 401, Dial M for Muggle, by Count PEARLWIND and the Texas Turtle Massacre. Next, we go to Missouri for Breakfast in the Corral 2 by Trip Cyclone. And from there, we go to the Oregon coast to Find Your Treasure in Lincoln City by Lincoln City Parks and Recreation. So there you go, folks, just 3 of the many events scheduled for next Saturday, October 16th. And you can check out all these events and more on the geocaching website. As usual, I'll have links on my site at trackfiles.tv. So for our final segment, we look back at this past week at geocaching podcasts. First off, we start with Cachemaniacs, where Daryl and Dre interview Em McGowan of Long Island, New York. She dreams of visiting Australia, Europe, Hawaii, and New Zealand. So next we have the Geocaching Podcast, where this week they have the October Cacher Coffee. In this podcast, they bring you the updates and changes to the geocaching.com website, and they talk about new souvenirs on geocaching.com. And finally, we travel to the Midwest for the Chicago Geocacher Podcast. We're talking with Slaz69. This week, they discuss caches they've done since the last episode, talk about geocaching websites, and a geocaching band. As usual, visit my site trackfiles.tv. I'll have links to all these podcasts. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Trackfiles, but before I go, just a couple quick notes. First off, shout out to Landsharks for your continuing sponsorship of this podcast. Make sure you visit them for all your coin and swag needs at landsharks.ca. Also, I'd like to thank all the people who signed up on the Facebook fan page at www.facebook.com/trackfiles. Also, remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Trackfiles. Now, as for my plans tomorrow, it is the 10th day of the 10th month of the 10th year, the 10th anniversary of caching. Hopefully I can get out and find 10 caches. I'll let you know how the day goes on the next episode of Trackfiles. However, make sure you do get out and cache, because let's help Groundspeak set that one-day record for most visitors to the website. But in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another episode of Trackfiles. I hope you enjoyed. So until the next episode, cache on.